don't get any notes.
Not until you get handed up there. Because you're in the... You're... That's cool that you sit over there.
Don't.
Because that is cool that you sit over there until you're brought up.
Yeah.
You might not actually have notes until you're brought up. It might say something or something.
Might be hand-given notes from either Atlantic or fucking...
Mm-hmm. It'd be cool if we could hand him stuff. Like, both throw fucking notes at him.
What did you get?
Sir Puppy.
Okay, now you're... Okay, this is more workable. Unironically, because there's like no pre-established character for this. I like this. Oh, shit.
Yeah, hell no, you know what I fucking have to deal with your ass.
Let's hear your opening statement.
Yes, we are here today for the, yes, we're here today, for, trying Sir Puppy here, for treason against the, Dog Lord of the land. He was, caught trying to embezzle funds.
He was caught trying to hump Queen.
From the Lord. From the, Treasury.
Is that your opening statement?
Yes, as the, last of my opening statement.
Alright, defendant. What do you have to say?
I'm here to make sure that... Well, I'm here to clear the name on Sir Puppy. For the reason that this whole thing of treason is untrue. And unwarranted. This is a very easy case to very easily fall under basically everything that has to do with this. It is a frivolous lawsuit, if anything. And I believe I will be able to trace my case. That's the end of my opening statement.
Great. Bring out your first evidence, prosecutor.
Yes, so here we have a plane ticket scheduled for what would have been 2 days ago before these charges were brought against him. When the funds suspiciously went missing, we found these plane tickets and all that.
See.
Rather suspicious timing, if I say so myself.
It is.
Oh, yeah,
That is
right
all
click, you can zoom in.
Yeah, I've been doing
Yes,
that.
I can put the streamer. I will skip, as I don't think that's pretty damning in of itself due to the timing of everything.
Alright, so what about you, defense? What is your...
Your
What's
Honor,
something
the
at me
reason
again, I
for-
swear to God.
Your Honor, the entirety of the reason for that their plane ticket and plane ride was because my client here, Sir Puppy, has crippling medical debt. Behold, on his medical file, he has very many problems. Main one being AIDS. As you can see right here on this file.
He is also
There is a
autistic.
very specific amount of, well, very many ailments that procute my client. And as a bit of a problem for this is why he required to get that ticket for an airplane to go get his medical checks. As in the area where we are normally at does not provide the medical care he requires.
Okay. Very solid, solid.
I even have a very special ticket specifically for the rental car. When he was gonna land from the plane ride, he would have actually taken this rental car. The payment is right there in plain ink. The moment he would have landed, he would have taken the rental car to the medical unit. And it would have been a very, very distinct visit. I believe it was a Volkswagen Scirocco. I don't even know if they make that car anymore.
The fuck's a car? I thought we were in the Middle Ages.
A little bit of
I
both.
brought up a plane ticket.
Yeah, you brought up a plane ticket. Fucking,
I brought up a plane ticket. I think it's very plausible for there to be a car.
all right, Harriet Tubman. I know that's not even the
Harry
right thing,
Potter
but
and the Underground Railroad.
But yes, I believe that does clear these two pieces of evidence, one after another, provides me an ample opportunity. I rest my case.
All right. I
wish we could sip the coffee. Like the mug is right.
I bring the defendant's witness up to the stand.
Ah, yes, the police officer. He's one of my buddies in the force. He would never lie to me. Isn't that right?
You just hit the fucking whoa.
No.
Can you please name yourself?
You almost slipped. Can you please name yourself?
I nearly did. The fucking, the fucking cat ran over my lap. Little bastard.
Hey, now go ahead,
Can you please name
policeman.
yourself?
The name is Joe Swanson.
I agree.
Hey,
Now, I believe you were one of the few people to procure this ticket for my dear client's rentals. Would you not?
Yeah.
Shut
Yeah.
up.
Geared the ticket.
And you did see that it was a rental car, did you not?
Yep. It was a ticket for a rental car.
And where was he getting dropped off at?
I don't know that much, but I know it was a ticket for a rental.
Understandable. Well, here is another question for you. Would you have happened to know anything of my client having anything on him whenever you strip searched him and bent him over the hood of his car?
We found a
Obviously
lot
for a
of
cavity check.
we found a lot of cash in his wallet.
Well, obviously he was flying. Understandable.
Other than that, we found, a ticket for the rental.
I'm absolutely
What about
moving forth.
what about
if
for the
that's fine.
exiting plane ticket?
Hold it.
We found a ticket. We don't know what it was for, but we did find another ticket.
I rest my case, Your Honor. The prosecutor
That's
may.
all the questions you have? All right.
That's all that I have.
All right. If we use that button. All right.
Go ahead.
I will say there was the plane ticket was already on the person as well. Those were one of the items noted in the that was my first thing of my first evidence was that plane ticket.
For the record, there's no
Um,
prompt.
Yeah, I assume. Poor you.
Shut up. But we also had. Though I will also say, now, Mr. Joe Swanson, would you
Yeah.
say that this would be a rather abnormal amount of cash on one's person?
I
Since you
mean,
mentioned
on a
it,
standard patrol stop for a warrant, yeah, it's a bit of an abnormal.
How much would you say he was carrying on his person?
About 30K.
Seems a bit much for someone just going on a plane, correct?
Bit much, yeah.
And his medical bills.
That he would have to pay in cash.
Yes.
Insurance is a bitch.
Well,
If I
My
may,
client does not use credit cards.
if
He
I
pays
may,
everything in cash.
how much embezzled was there? How much was embezzled? Do you know?
Would you have
Oh,
any evidence for how much was embezzled? If he whips out a card that goes, oh my god!
He had it. I mean, he had it.
Good on you.
All right. As you can see on this broken contract, that the client over there broke when he embezzled the money. It was of security. Sir Puppy over there was in charge of security at the time, and he would know exactly how much money there was in the treasury at the time, and everything else. The amount reported stolen was around 30K. A little bit more could have been, the rest of it could have been spent on a rental and a plane ticket. Now, I do not know the whole thing of the medical records.
Your Honor, I have some disputing evidence.
Yes.
Would you please hit the gavel?
Oh yeah.
I have a very specific thing. My here. Well, Your Honor, his search history is completely clean. At least for the most part. As you would normally see with embezzlements and or funds and or hell, crypto schemes and or any other form of, well, bullshit that involves money. Usually people look up their charges. They look up all these many different things on how to get away with it, how to get through with stuff. But his just comes up with nothing but pornography. And his medical problems that say he's going to die in 7 days. Have you ever done that yourself, Your Honor? Where you look up random ailments that may ail you, and then suddenly you think, oh, I only have 24 hours to live. That is what happened to my client here. Thus making him make very hasty decisions with his large settlement of money that he has always had.
I have something to dispute, Your Honor.
Yeah, feel free to hand it back over.
Well, about that. What about the, obvious salary cuts that happened in the years prior, roughly around 2 or 3 years ago?
Completely disconnected. The salary cuts were done by the Lord himself to all of us, not just him. There would have been no reason for his retaliation.
Well, during these salary cuts was when your clients would be diagnosed with AIDS.
Yes, of course, and he was also the one that had the most money out of all of us. As the Lord was giving him his paycheck, he was the highest paid earner of the entire group. Why would he ever betray his Lord? Just for his mere problem of having AIDS.
What broke you? Me getting hit with a paper plane in shock?
I will say, Pablo, the fact that you ducked it. You did something and you ducked exactly under his fucking paper airplane.
Continue.
Yes, I'll continue.
I would like to ask for an overruling on that, as it does not pertain to the case.
I was about to say something. If I could continue with that before the overrule.
Allow him to continue.
Alright, now, as I was going to say, the reasoning for it could have been a number of reasons. Now, for this, yes, he may have been the highest earning at that time, but then he have since come and gone, and his wages have been, his salary has been cut over several times during the years. So he is no longer the biggest earning there, as of the time before the embezzlement. Now, if he really needed this money, then I could see full reason as to why someone could just take it. It's so hard to concentrate.
I still must say, my client already had this inexorbitant amount of money beforehand.
Do you have any evidence to bring forth that could confirm this?
I, in fact, do.
Then please present it to the court.
CJ, if you could hand it off to me. Thank you. Behold, with this restaurant dispute, to which he paid for basically the entire guild's meals, including the lords, with this inexorbitant amount of money.
I don't think you read the receipt.
That's what the dispute was for. They didn't give him a receipt. After he paid for an entire round of lobsters between the entire guild.
Motherfucker.
I'd like to bring forth my witness.
Very well.
Give that around. I paid her. It just does the deep voice again.
You can't do it. You've already made the joke.
I was planning on just going.
You gotta do different voices. You can't do the same shit.
I can't be loud though. That's the problem.
It's okay to turn it like this.
She's a faggot.
All right, now, please give us your name.
Tammy.
Tammy. Did you say Tammy?
Yeah.
All right.
What are you hard of
Tammy.
hearing?
What are you hard of hearing?
Anyway, you were saying?
Have you ever seen Sir Puppy before? Either
Yo,
I've
wake
seen
your
him
ass
several
up.
times.
All right. Now, you've said that you saw him on the day of his arrest. Was he acting suspicious that day? Was he?
Yeah, he was
How
all
was
scared and cold sweat. And I'm pretty sure his armor was leaking.
Objection! Dogs do not sweat, they pant!
I think she was insinuating that he pissed himself.
Understand.
I think she was just trying to save him the last bit of dignity he has left. I think you just.
Nice job. Right, come on, ask you fucking questions. Let's go.
Now, did you see anything suspicious on him? Any large sums of cash?
Yeah, when the cop pulled out his wallet, it was overflowing with coins and cash. I don't know why somebody has $1,000 worth of pennies.
You know how much that would weigh? Oh, wait, never mind. My client is fucking shredded. Anyways. He's extremely strong. He's able to lift a...
I don't know why I thought it was gonna get really dark all of a sudden when he pulled out the fucking wolf.
I really thought this was gonna go like somewhere
Touch
terrifying.
Yeah, me too.
I know it's throwing you all off that I'm actually playing this one, correct?
Yeah, no, you're doing it correctly, yeah.
All right, now, Do you
Recording there.
understand that do you know if he ever carries around that much cash on him?
I recorded this entire
Yes,
case so
it-
far.
I've never seen anybody
Oh,
carry that
God,
many
yes.
pennies before.
All right.
I don't
Never
even
seen
know
some.
if I only have the 5 pennies in my pocket. And a quarter and a nickel.
You have more money than me right now. That's
Show
for
us.
sure.
Why
Prove it.
you want to rummage through my pockets?
Prove it. Say what you say you
None of
do
us.
have.
I mean,
Is the judge the pervert?
breaking news. Judge has
Breaking
for money.
you just for that one. I think you just stacked for that one.
Kid,
Now,
kid.
all right. Now, anything that you have thought of Sir Puppy recently? Have you heard him murmuring to himself, or to his friends, maybe, about
Yeah,
the
at some point, I guess I walked by the guild and he was talking about being the biggest gooner there.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
I think
Doesn't
I'm done
relate.
questioning.
That doesn't relate to the case. All right.
Yes. I have a few questions.
Okay.
Now, young lady, is there any other forms that you've seen my client in? Maybe his little dog form?
You got forms? When the fuck did we?
I don't
I-
know.
How
Come
come
on,
this wasn't brought up
children
earlier?
love dogs.
How come this
I-
wasn't brought up earlier?
I mean,
This
I'm
has
more
not
of a
been brought up.
cat lady girl. I like cats.
Damn, she's got me there. Okay, so,
You can tell by the cat ears.
all right. Now here's another question.
Get this stupid bitch
Why
off
were
the
you-
stage! Boo! I mean,
Why were you there at that time
What
of
do you
day?
mean?
Why were you there?
I was riding my bike.
Around the guild area where no children are allowed?
It's the quickest way back home.
Back home to where? Do you live amongst the peasants?
Yeah, that's why I only have a couple of pennies, a nickel, and a quarter. It's no pennies.
Yeah.
I like
I
the
believe
smell
my
of
mind
pennies.
really
Makes sense of this topic. I'm
It
gonna be real.
reminds me
that
of my
was-
father's fists.
all right.
Oh, that actually reminds me. The entire city that day was frozen by red lights.
You're
All
gonna
the
sit
cars
your
and
ass
everything were
down.
stuck
I'm
in the
done.
red lights.
We're done with you.
I like
So it would make sense that a young
Objections,
girl.
relevancy.
So it makes sense that a young girl would actually
The
have
robe.
to use that.
Hello?
That's my case.
I like the smell of pennies. It reminds me of my father's fists.
All right. Show your last 2 pieces of evidence so I can conduct my jurisdiction.
All right. I shall do that. Now, we have.
Your Honor.
Bitch ass up.
Innocent.
All right. Now we have. Now, we found this under. We found this in the client's pockets as well. This was taken in by the police officer that was
Wait, can I?
earlier. This was the 3D cardboard glasses. We have reason to believe that he was willing to put them on once he was off the plane and in the rental to hide his identity.
Oh yeah,
Rather
CJ.
poorly, my
When
sheep,
if you
but
hold
still.
down tab,
Yeah,
you can
I
mark which things that you overrule by clicking the card.
Alright.
All right, now, lastly, you mentioned that he was gonna head to a hospital, correct?
Yes, as my client has very severe AIDS.
Like, you had to put so
Um,
much on AIDS.
Because I can't
know.
just say HIV.
Oh, just say medical condition, you fucking nitwit. You don't gotta say AIDS.
It's for sympathy. Do you not know how I'm playing this? This is pure sympathy.
AIDS. He's got AIDS.
He's not just sure, Your Honor. He's HIV positive.
He's got AIDS!
Then
CJ.
could you you say he was going to hospital.
He's got
right?
AIDS.
Then how could you ever explain the GPS location going to absolutely nowhere? This was where he put it was in the middle of the woods in a completely different
My God.
a completely different area outside Lord's domain.
Obviously, the GPS led
please.
to a hospital in the middle of nowhere. Nowhere is a place. We've all seen Courage the Cowardly Dog before. We know that nowhere is the name of a town.
My God.
It is quite literally in the middle of nowhere, Your Honor.
That was not at all, but whatever.
My God.
We actually had someone go and search the area. It was just woods.
No cabin.
Yes. Nowhere
no-
is a very wet back town.
No, there was no town to speak of. There were no roads going to where the suspect could have received any medical treatment.
But why would he have one to nowhere? That is.
Because he thinks it's a nice place and wants to go there to invest his money. That seems pretty.
Everything of that is
Absolutely.
correct, except for the embezzling money part. Maybe he did think it was a great place to go. Maybe he just wanted to take a trip after his severe medical condition.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
All right, now. Now, I believe that without a shadow of a doubt that that his client is guilty.
Your
And
Honor, I
do
believe that my client is not. And I would like to hold a stand on the relevancy of the GPS reading.
It is.
On.
Just keep my notes.
Touch it.
Don't fucking hit me with that.
Ah, yes. Your Honor, I do believe that my client is not guilty of these charges.
Go on.
Without a narrow of the doubt, the GPS leading to nowhere has no relevancy on this case. As you can see in the card's little notations, it was either a bug or a short circuit, or maybe another dimension. However, Sir Puppy is not any form of a warlock or any form of caster. There's no way he could have ended up in another dimension. Perhaps it was just a bug on his trip.
Okay.
Your Honor, a second tower has hit my client. I mean, a second plane.
Second
What is this fucking, what's his name's folly?
Y'all have just been throwing fucking planes at me.
With the power invested in me,
But Your Honor, I believe I rest my case.
with the evidence
I
given
would-
at hand. What is it?
I was gonna say, I do believe that the GPS is relevant in this case due to the fact that where the plane ticket was heading, it's nearby where the location was set.
Ah, yes, but my evidence outstands yours. What about my client's search history? It says nothing of the location.
It was top 10 things to do before you die.
Yes! Who wouldn't have a bucket list when you're dying of AIDS?
You need to have quite a bit of money before you pass away, and
I rest my case, Your Honor.
all right.
I see no reason.
With the power invested in me, with the evidence, motherfucker. With the power invested in me, with the evidence given at hand, I say that. You wanna go to
witness is
fucking jail?
Things up for you.
The contempt of court.
Oh, now he aims.
Now, where the fuck was I? With the power invested in me, with the evidence given at. I'm gonna kill him.
I now pronounce you man and a wife. You may kiss the bride. And you see, this is why we need a bailiff. Smack his nuts. We could have really used turning him into a chicken.
You done? Anyway,
There we go.
the power invested in me by the evidence given at hand,
You little motherfucker.
What?
He was charging it back. He was waiting for you.
I say that the... Fuck.
He's about to throw it.
I say...
Hereby declare
that Sir Puppy is not guilty.
Fucking damn it! What?
Holy shit. I got booted out, didn't I?
Sick as fuck. Oh, Lanik, it's a shame you can't look behind you. Oh, dude, this place looks sick as fuck. Lanik, it's a shame you can't look behind you. You got cool ass symbolism and shit.
I know.
That's badass.
I am rad as fuck. This is what happens when you have all the power invested in you.
Unironically, it looks like a goetic symbol.
I think it is.
It almost looks like one. I don't know which one that would be, though.
I think you'd have to aim
Fell
it.
to me from all the fucking way over there.
Yeah, and
I somehow got you. It has 0 G.
It does not have 0 G, actually.
Oh, then why the fuck did whatever fucking CJ threw at me was slow as fuck?
It was not slow as fuck. It actually was pretty fast.
Oh, man.
That's how it normally flies, by the way.
Okay. Oh, they hit each other.
A second plane has hit my plane.
Misspelled it.
Second tower has hit my client. Cyril.
Is that meant to be
I
psychic?
misspelled it, I know.
Piker.
Yeah.
No, Hassan Piker.
Oh no, I misspelled stuff. I was typing it real quick.
I understand.
Alright, now,
The
prosecution.
Pharaoh?
Prosecution.
Ancient aliens. We're in the ancient aliens.
Sorry, I turned.
Prosecution, I need
Yes.
you to please bring forth your opening statements.
Yes, Your Honor. We here in the Imperial Court have charged Cyril with being a psyker in the Death Guard army of Nurgle. Is that heretic space?
Alright, defense, opening statements, please.
Trying to think. Give me a fucking second.
Yeah, no evidence will need to be brought forth immediately, unless you feel like it is conclusive to your opening statement. Evidence can be saved for later, at any point.
Your Honor, I could prove this entire situation with a single book. How could Cyril be a Nurgle, a death god of Nurgle, if they were too busy masturbating? The entire week, mind you. They're freaky as fuck, Your Honor. That is all.
What has this fucking Imperium come to? Anyways, now, defense, bring up any evidence that you may have.
Well, as
Oh, my bad, you just brought up evidence. My bad. Alright, prosecution, do you have anything to, bring forth on this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. We have viable proof that they are, in fact, a nurgling, because their entire house is quite literally filled with disgusting empty pizza boxes full of grease.
That could also be that she's really lonely.
I think that
That's
she
how they get here, Your
masturbates.
Honor.
Brought forth as
As you
the,
can see, she clearly has fallen to chaos. Her house is filthy. She leaves sticky books all over the place. It's disgusting.
Your Honor, if I may,
yes, go ahead.
the reason she has a lot of empty pizza boxes also tunes into my earlier statement of her masturbating a lot. She's really fucking depressed, Your Honor.
I figured as much.
Doesn't nurglings need to have conviction? If she can't even have conviction to get her life straight, why would she have conviction to be a nurgling?
that is pretty fair. But
Your Honor, I would also like to point out that the officers that made arrests ended up getting a violent epidemic put upon them. For anybody who went into the same room with all those pizza boxes, came out with a violent epidemic. It's actually the source of an epidemic.
well, it could have been her disgusting piles of jizz on those books. Apparently, I don't know.
It was also on the pizza boxes, Your Honor. Nothing was untouched.
She's freaky as fuck, man.
I don't know if this could go in. I don't know if this could go in the video.
No, it's fine. I got the perfect fucking breaking news.
Alright, go ahead.
I'm
go
waiting for the
ahead.
breaking news.
Is the prosecutor done with their statement? Or
Are you alright?
I was kind of waiting for the breaking news.
okay, we'll wait for that.
Breaking news!
Mm-hmm.
My God.
I was drawing that the entire time.
You know, that is actually like really good. That might have been the best thing you drew, actually.
Oh,
Alright, yeah,
my
they-
character. Of course,
You are strong.
it is my character.
I did not mean to click. I did not mean to click. That was my bad.
If she's my character, I have to know how to draw her.
Understandable.
Even in the shitty gremlin form.
Well, Your Honor, if I may bring my next piece of evidence to the stand,
Go
a
ahead.
read-on message that she got from her roommate that's told
I
her
feel horrible for her roommate.
to lead up the living room, but she never even could get to the phone because she was too depressed to get out of bed, Your Honor.
Objection.
I feel sympathetic for her fucking roommate. Yes.
Your Honor, I have here a piece of evidence in which contradicts his notion of a email on red.
If you could wait until the defense is done, then I'll get back to you.
Also, if you may,
Go ahead.
looking at her Space Marine attire, we can seduce that she is a salamander. One of the... Give me like a second.
He's actually he alt tabbed.
I did. Give me a second.
He's like actually typing it out right now. He's like, fuck, I need to find something relevant to my case.
If you, Your Honor, the salamanders are one of the loyalist first founding chapters. The... Oh, fuck.
He's having to Google this and again.
This shit's so fucking long! They're one of the most loyalist chapters, Your Honor. They have the lowest chance of turning into either a chaos or a Slanesh or a Nurgling. As a matter of fact, They protect.
Objection.
You shut
That
the fuck
clearly
up.
has no distinguishing salamander markings.
Yeah, 'cause it's green, dumbass.
Counterpoint. The Nurglings are also green.
Counterpoints with a cross.
Counterpoint. The cross doesn't exist.
Are you? It's right there. It's on the fucking. Yeah,
They
I'm
do have
losing
the color
IQ.
palette of it. They do have the color palette of the salamanders, the green and the gold. The gold being on the cross itself.
John
they
the
were-
Death Guard used to have those palettes as well as the white.
Well, not
Breaking
anymore.
news!
Huh?
Long ass
Wow.
meeting.
Your Honor, I
To-
have evidence in which I would like to bring.
To end off my statement, if they're a salamander, one of the most highest prestigious of chapters, why do you think they'd be a Nurgling if they're one of the highest space marines out there? One of the most revered, one of the most prestigious, if you will. I rest my case.
Your Honor, if I may present, his client, the reason he's being ghosted on social media is because they keep sending very heretical and disturbing emails about why they
like
should join
what,
Nurgle.
please?
You get.
Objection, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Those emails aren't about Nurgling. Those emails are about... And I quote,
Oh no.
I want
Writing it down real
the biggest dick dragonborn I can find in the States. To all the dragonborns out there, Your Honor. And if I may bring forth my piece of evidence, if you may be so kind.
If you could, unless it is relevant to this currently, I will not allow you to bring forth the evidence. Is this relevant to
It is indeed
yes,
it is
question.
indeed relevant.
All right. Then feel free to bring forth the evidence at hand.
If I can right now, it's on red.
Oh, I'm like, let me do that then.
This scribbled post-it is all of the names of the Dragonborns they've emailed, trying to find the biggest dick Dragonborn, Your Honor.
I'm starting to think that she's just a loser, not actually a nerd.
That's what I've been trying to say this entire time, Your Honor.
I don't think she should even be a salamander at this point.
Your Honor,
All right.
I would like to bring forth my witness that I think will bring this whole case down.
My
around to the
witness.
My witness.
Your Honor, I bring forth Cyril's spouse. I believe it's Earthric Vondra. Yes.
All right, you know what to do.
Give me a sec.
You know what he
yes,
sounds
bitch.
like.
God damn it! Yes, I am Cyril's spouse.
And your name is in fact Earthric Vondra, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. So, do you know that your wife, Cyril, is currently messaging people for their big dick? That's very Solonesh and heretical in nature, to cheat on one's spouse.
Yes,
Excuse
we
me,
have a very
This
open
is
relationship.
suspicion of Nurgle, not Slanesh.
Well, it is still heretical, Your Honor. Fall to Chaos
Yes, but
is
that-
heretical.
Yeah, yes, but that
And one
is
path
not
leads
for
to
what
another.
That's not what you.
Clearly,
brought
they've taken
forth
upon the
thus
Death
far.
Guard notion as
That-
their house
that-
is a filthy mess.
that I have said
I mean,
in previous courts that I prefer what is relevant to what the prosecution has stated, thus nurgling. Do I make myself clear?
yes, Your Honor.
Alright, keep it relevant to that.
Now, would you say that your spouse is
A freak.
somewhat
Yes.
and disgusting?
Yes.
Would you say that they're a slob?
A bit. I have to pick up after her often. Clean up her messes.
Now, I would like to ask you about this item in which you've bought for your so-called spouse, your spousal other, and why it was left at the scene untouched and unused. By Cyril.
Up. We had more information come out.
Your Honor, this news is making it more and more apparent that they fall into chaos and should be put in jail.
Objection! That's not what you're going for.
This is
I will
what
say-
you're going for.
I will say, as her husband, I do have to clean up many of her specters. She attracts a lot of ghosts.
If I may ask one question. I have been told in previous that you allow your wife to mingle around you, say, right?
Yes. Her thing, not mine. I'm a bit more on the loyal side.
But you're...
Objection. Relevancy. The judge has already ruled against this relevance topic.
That is true. It's of the topic of Slanesh, yes. Though if you would argue that it could be relevant in a different meaning, then go ahead. If you could find a way to argue that.
Do you really have one of those gods?
You know, it's kind of weird that we have the god of magic like right here before us. That's kind of odd, huh?
I know.
I know. Who would have ever thought? There's a Ganja.
Bull has god of magic.
I know.
I had to pull a lot of strings to get him here.
I bet you
wouldn't
did. His
believe the
wife
red
is on the
tape.
line.
He wanted an excuse to see his wife.
One of the few times it's a court date. Who knew? It's a court date. Anyways,
What? What do you think the messiest was? Your room at any the room at any current point. What was the worst?
The messiest that our room has been. Let's just say there were stalagmites made of pure semen.
Your Honor, I rest my case.
I don't know if there's any other way of describing it without it going into graphic detail.
It.
Have you ever seen a beholder made out of jizz?
Stop. I actually broke character. Just thinking of it, it was just awful. It was just horrible.
Do you have any more questions for your witness?
Anyways, any more questions while I'm here?
Now, with those stalactites of semen, did they ever get cleaned up? Or are they still there?
Yes, they obviously got cleaned up. You know,
How long
with
did that
flicking
take?
a swish. Well, as the god of magic, I'm able to quickly take care of that with just a, god.
But would you say that those stalactites were as a direct result of an interaction with an unclean one?
Not necessarily. At least not in my experience. Which one of those things is of a sexual nature?
Slanesh, but this is a lot filthier than Slanesh. Just Slanesh.
Well, I'll admit it was crusty, but I don't know anything other than that. It was quite gross, I will admit, but I'm not any more gross than what I usually deal with her on a daily basis.
So you would say she's a gross individual.
Yeah, she's a gross freak. I've already stated this. It's on the record.
Very well. I have no further questions for my witness.
I wish never to hear from this witness again, if possible.
God.
Alright, now.
Get the charge up for that one.
Charged up to the light squeak.
Alright, now, Defense, would you like to bring up your witness?
Yes, I would, Your Honor.
Howdy do there.
Alright, please state your name and occupation for the court.
My name is Gerald Hendrick, and I'm a police officer. You can call me Gerald.
Alright. Defense, please bring in your questions.
When Sarah was arrested, what did you find on her?
Nothing at all. Quite literally. Do you want more?
Oh,
We took her to the station naked.
no, I got that bit. Wait,
All right, just making sure we're clear.
I'm sure she was, but that's besides the point.
was she clean?
She was shiny. I wouldn't say she was dirty or clean. She was kind of in between.
That middle ground?
I would say so.
Was there anything that she was giving off that you'd say would be weird?
Oh, she smelled kind of gross. Other than that, that was...
What did she smell
here and
like?
there. Rotting carcass. She had flies buzzing around her. I just don't know if she didn't shower or anything of the sort.
Okay. I don't
really good at playing the witness.
know anything else,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Then you can hand it over to Popo, or you could try and throw out another evidence of asking, "Oh, does this look familiar to you?" Something like that.
I would like to bring out a bit of evidence that further states That-
tap him.
he is depressed and not a nerdling.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Not green yet.
Lanny.
I forgot.
Yeah,
I
there you
forgot to hit it. That's my bad.
Oh! I thought he was gonna accidentally hit the fucking...
I bring to the stand, or not the stand, I bring out my evidence salary cuts. Is one of the main reasons why she was insanely depressed and why she. You stop that.
Hold on, they go out the window. I'm trying to get one to go out the window again.
Can you hit him?
Venturing ain't what it used to be.
There goes.
Thank you.
Oh
Well-
my god, there it went! It's still
Hey.
flying! Oh my god!
As I've stated, salary cuts is the main reason why it's one of the main reasons why she was depressed. And that's why she wasn't cleaning up anything and she was masturbating a lot. Not because she wanted to become an aspect of Nurgle.
Objection! They were not caused by budget cuts, but I have evidence to say that they were caused by transport strikes.
Can this wait until he has finished with the
Yeah, let's see how it finishes
Yes, Your
out. We'll see. Yes.
But we'll see. We'll see.
And
Now, continue defense.
With the reasoning that the room smelt so horrible is because of they ate something suspicious on that pizza. It was not them that caused that, but the pizza maker that gave that smell off because of the ingredients on said pizza.
I mean, if you look at the breaking news.
Tuna's a bitch.
Yeah, that is correct.
Or anchovies.
Plot
whatever the
twist,
fuck
they
the
were-
fish is called.
Anchovies. You're thinking of anchovies.
Plot twist: they were poisoned by an Earthling.
That is correct, though.
I believe, with all my evidence stacking up, that Cyril is not a nerdling, but a really depressed woman. I rest my case, Your Honor.
All right. Now, let me adjust this. Prosecution, please bring forth your statements.
Your Honor, the
like
salary
to
cuts
cross-examine?
are not real. They did not happen. In fact, they're the result of a transport strike organized by Cyril. And as to the smell, those are also produced not by anchovies, because there was a drifting. Oh, I can't present my evidence because that was my last one. Never mind.
That was your last one. Would you like to cross-examine? I'm still here.
You are still here. So, would you please tell us more about these transport strikes that have been happening?
The most we know is that we've been having a lot of cuts because of our fucking whole department. We lost cars and everything. We had to do one of those police auctions and shit.
Now, would you say why why these transport strikes have been happening, or who's
primarily,
been attempting to organize them?
I would say primarily because the town's going into a little bit of disarray. You know the problem that happens whenever chaos strikes.
Now, would you say this disarray is being caused by a violent epidemic that has been plaguing the current public officials?
Well, I don't really know. I don't know if the public officials have anything to do with it too much. I always hear about them being called demons and stuff around here. Who knows?
But you would say there is a violent epidemic that has affected the transport and caused transport strikes.
I would say that's a mighty possibility. Primarily a whole thing of leading cause of, like, well, do you know how hard it is to steer and get trucks around whenever there's diarrhea all over the cars?
No, I can say for certain that I've firsthand experienced that, but I would assume it is
It
difficult.
brings a whole nother word to skid marks.
Your Honor, I am currently done with the witness.
Please keep talking.
Hit your bell. Hit your bell. He likes me. Any other
All right.
questions you want to ask about that strike, CJ? You do it back and forth.
Yeah, you have no more evidence, but you could try and ask a few more questions and see if it
I was gonna say, hell, at this certain point, you could probably bring up old evidence. Like, anything that you have brought up previously that Atlantic hasn't marked off, you could bring them back up of how they pertain.
These transport strikes. They
Transport strikes.
You're saying that that there was no salary cut, but there was a salary cut because of the transport strikes, which is why Cyril got the salary cut. Why do you think Cyril would transport strike her own thing to get a salary cut? Doesn't seem very
To cause
intelligent.
chaos, of course.
French fat potatoes.
I mean, you heard the officer that there's diarrhea all over the streets.
What was the evidence stating that was her? When the officer picked her up, she was shiny, remember?
Yes, but that also comes back to the point of the disturbing emails. Asking people to join the cult of Nurgle.
Those emails flirt to find being the dragon.
That was
We've
also
even-
brought forth.
We even heard that she's into some weird freaky shit. I mean, stalagmites? That is an unclean environment. And the fact that she's covered in what can only be described as grease or semen is still disgusting.
Cleaned up by her husband.
Not when she was found.
Because she was shiny. There was no stalactites.
Yes, but she was shiny. We can only assume that was either semen or grease from all the pizza boxes. Or
Well,
her
no, she could have
extravagant-
took a shower the entire time before coming out.
Then why was she covered in flies? The officer even said that she was covered in flies.
I did say that.
Flies, because if there's shit everywhere, there's going to be flies everywhere.
But why specifically circling her? She's
They
the
circle
plague of
everything.
Beelzebub, the greater demon, Nurgle.
I'm starting to think you might be this aspect of nerdling you're going on about.
How dare you, sir?
You know so
I'm
much
an
about
upstanding
this.
citizen.
Lenny,
Look how
if you
clean
wanna
my
just
suit
hit,
is.
Lenny, take your gavel and just aim for the middle if you want to do the order without hitting.
I
anything.
know. I'm just letting him fucking spat their shit.
Your Honor, I would like a ruling, please. I
Oh,
think we've heard
no.
enough.
I think no.
Prosecution rests.
All right.
He
Any,
declared no.
any closing. Well, since you put it that way. Okay, I'm kidding. All right. Now any.
John, where were you
statements from
on the night of this case?
I'm afraid fat
Yes, Your Honor, I
potatoes.
would like my closing statements.
Oh, he's gone.
Perfect.
Okay. Breaking news.
You're.
Oh.
Do you have? You only
No,
had
I don't
three.
have any more. I don't have any
Only
more.
a fucking
It's still pretty
3.
funny what they are.
Your Honor,
Breaking news.
Yes.
Your Honor, as we can see, we have figured out the fact that they have clearly fallen to chaos and have adopted a multiple chaos attempt and tried to support multiple chaos gods, including Nurgle and Slanesh. As you can see, they're entirely in a filthy squabble
Your Honor,
while committing highly
nuh-uh.
sexual acts. Quiet with your nah. Okay.
All right. Will that be the final? Will that be final for your statements?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your
All right. Now, defense, please bring forward
Yeah.
your closing statements.
Your Honor, if I may, with all the
How
evidence,
can he be guilty?
with all the evidence
He's more honest,
stacked up,
Mama.
shut the fuck up. Shut up. With all the evidence stacked up, it is clear that she has not fallen for any type of Nurgling or Slanesh god. However, she has fallen into a deep depression, which could ensue laziness, masturbation, and seeking of male affection. I rest my case.
All right. Journalist, what about you over there? Anything you'd like to say?
Oh, from everything that's kind of out in the breaking news, this has actually been pretty eventful. I mean, look, the whole thing of the pizza, the whole thing of the text messages, and all this type of weird pink magic.
God damn it.
All right. Well, due to everything provided, I will give my final verdict in the power invested in me by the Emperor of Mankind himself. I declare thee not guilty.
Let's fucking go!
For the Emperor!
On what grounds did you find them not guilty?
They obviously suffered chronic depression.
I've been taking it to any of my fucking things.
God, I'm so glad y'all know my shit.
His heart is cold. His